Hi guys, welcome to the UK. So if I can sit, which is a better angle. Morning to you. It is 10:55 a.m. I got myself a cup of tea, and just so you know me, my name's Louis. I'm 56, 57 in July. I'm obviously a lifelong Elvis fan, and anything Elvis, anything linked to Elvis, anything Elvis was involved in, anything that happened in Elvis's world, I like to make videos about, even if it's indirectly related to him. That's what my channel's all about. And I'm here to give my views and my version of Elvis's life and anything that touched Elvis's life. Sometimes you're not always going to like what I say, but I would always have Elvis's back. No matter what topics come up, I've got Elvis's back. But I will also, if Elvis, in my opinion, has done things wrong, I will say so. And I do like to think that my channel is a little bit different and tries to explore in depth Elvis's life right from childhood, actually going right back to when he was born, right till the day he passed, and everything that happened after he passed. And I like to involve the subscribers and the Elvis fans that watch my channel so they have their say. The reason I end every video I do with please comment is because I want to know your views, no matter what they are. I want you to comment, and I want to learn from your comments. And I am not an Elvis expert, so I need to learn, and I make many mistakes, and I don't get all my facts right. Anyway, so this morning I've got no kids to annoy me. The wife's at work, so this is part 2 of a video I posted yesterday, which was asking you guys, do you think Priscilla Presley should be buried in the meditation garden with Elvis's family and obviously her daughter, Lisa Marie, and Benjamin, her grandson? And the other big question is, do you think it was right that Priscilla Presley started using the Presley name again? And I think, I haven't found out the date she started using it again, but I think it was after he passed away. So you've already given me quite a few comments. I've had about nearly 50 comments, and the live feed that I did yesterday talking about it and asking for your views on those 2 points has had nearly 500 views, which is brilliant because I only did it yesterday. I really appreciate you guys giving me your comments. I totally understand that many of the people on my channel are asleep or just waking up now, and a lot of you don't get to see this live stream until many hours later, so you tend to comment through the night, and I wake up to these comments. But today I did wake up to an unusually high amount of comments. I did promise that I would post the video, and then, not knowing how well it was going to do, so and I did say that what I would do is go through all the comments with you guys. Okay, so let's do it. Right, let's go. Right, let me just try something on here. I've just got to find the okay, here we go. Right, so let me see if I can show you a big picture of how it looks. I'm not sure if it's going to let me. Well, the video yesterday, it's not very big. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to blow it up for you and just show you what the video was yesterday. And it was called, Should Priscilla Use Elvis Presley's name? But I also threw in the whole, should she be buried? And right. It's not very clear, but It's hard. I just don't get it. It's all backwards. But anyway, so I said this yesterday. I know when I've got thousands of, I would say tens of thousands of comments, and there's thousands and thousands of people are moaning about the fact that Priscilla uses his name Presley, and that Priscilla, in the end, after a bit of legal wrangling with Riley Q, got permission to be buried in the meditation garden. And this is a massive topic, and a lot of people are very passionate about it. And I'll tell you now, 95% of the people commenting on this live stream do not want Priscilla buried next to Elvis or in the meditation garden, and do not like her using the Presley name. That is, and rather than telling you why, I'd rather just read the comments. And some of them a lot of them are going to be repetitive because most people are saying the same things. And I just want to make it clear to you guys, I always say this, I am not a Priscilla hater. Now, yes, I have strong views about Priscilla and think that she has made many, many mistakes. And I'm very unhappy with many things that Priscilla has done. But I also see all the good she has tried to do with Elvis's legacy. And I know you automatically, you're going to say any good that she's ever done for Elvis was for profit. I get it. But I will also say that Elvis also made many mistakes as well. Two wrongs don't make a right, but they both made many mistakes. But I will say this, that the true heart of gold person of the two is Elvis. Elvis had a heart of gold, and I've never read about anyone being so kind and generous and lovely, and the qualities Elvis had are unbelievable, right, going back to his childhood to the day he died. And no offense, Priscilla, if you ever get to watch this, you don't have that beautiful, kind heart that Elvis had. I don't really like saying things like this because I understand Priscilla has also had a difficult life and many problems. And of course, losing Lisa Marie and Benjamin is like unthinkable for her. It must be a daily torture for her. But Elvis is the true saint. And if I had to pick out Elvis's faults, I would say he should have been faithful and he shouldn't have took so many medications. But I completely understand Elvis was very unwell and had many illnesses. So he was always going to be on medication, Elvis was. Now, it went on to a medication abuse, which I think ultimately did cause his death. But it's complicated, it's complex. So if you guys disagree with me, I completely respect that. So let's start reading the comments. Right, so let's have a look. Right, so I'm asking the question, should Priscilla use the Presley name, and should she be buried in the meditation garden at Graceland? And then I'll just read through the comments. And so Patricia Wingard says, no, in the divorce, she was supposed to go back to her maiden name and not use the Presley name, which she did until Elvis died. Right, okay, so there's another one saying that it happened, that she got the name back when he died. I wonder what the actual date was. But we know that they got divorced in 1973, and I have watched quite a few YouTube videos of people reading the divorce settlement, because the papers now are out there, and part of the divorce settlement, if these papers are genuine, was that she was stopped using the name Presley. It was. And this is my dilemma. If you've given up the name and you've signed a contract and an agreement saying you're never going to use the name, now why start using it? This is the bit that gets to me. Also, you've got different boyfriend. Obviously, further down, Navarone was born. So you have your own family. Obviously, her parents, her stepfather. So why go back to the Presley name? It can only be because it can only be for fame and money. It has to be. There's no other reason. You tell me if there's another reason why Priscilla should use the Presley name other than opening more doors for her, like opportunity with acting roles or in business or in promotion. I literally cannot think of any reason why a woman that has divorced her husband, that has also moved on and has her own family, can then start using his name again after he's died. I'm not being hateful to Priscilla, I just don't get it. Anyway, so let's keep reading. No, she shouldn't be allowed to use the Presley name. They've been divorced since 1973. That's from Sharon Cunningham. Right, now Mr. Pusin, who comments regularly on my videos, has gone into the history a bit. And I have to say that a lot of us are a bit biased towards Elvis because we love him so much. So some of the comments will be biased a bit, but I take that into account. So in summary, in 1972, Priscilla Bueller opened a Hollywood clothing store with an acquaintance of hers, Olivia Biss. They called it Biss and Beau. In 1974, the store was moved to Beverly Hills. 4 years later, they went bankrupt and closed their store. In the 1980s, she started a small career in the soap opera Dallas. We all know about that. I got a feeling before that she was promoting her perfumes as well. But anyway, seeing that the success she was hoping for still did not arrive. So basically, he's saying that she wasn't a star. She took the name Presley back for her notoriety. I can't say that word. She took the Presley name back for her notoriety on the back of Elvis. Right. She will never leave him alone. So this is where we get obviously the love for Elvis, the bias for Elvis. And I would say, if you don't mind me saying this, Pusin, that you are biased because, and I get it. We all are. Yeah. We love Elvis. So it's the true fans from all over the world, of which I am one. There we are. And that's great. And so am I. And then he puts, will no longer come to prostrate themselves on the grave of Elvis' greatest star who walked on earth. And Lisa Marie family will turn in their graves and not be able to rest in peace. So I know what he's saying. He's saying he feels, and I've heard this comment many times, that once, if Priscilla Presley does get buried in the meditation gardens, that many people won't go there. Now, I don't believe that. I think if you're a true Elvis fan and you're able to go there, you're going to go, regardless of Priscilla being buried there or not. Now, do I think Priscilla should be buried there? It's a difficult one because I don't. Because I think Priscilla should be buried with her own family. Lisa Marie Presley is her daughter. Benjamin is her grandson. So it's a tough one, isn't it, guys? Because am I going to say she shouldn't be buried next to Lisa and Benjamin? Well, no, I won't say that. So I have to say that I have a dilemma there. Yesterday, I was saying I definitely did not think she should be buried at the meditation garden. But I've changed my mind. I think because Lisa and Benjamin are there, I don't know. Help me, guys. Right, so there we go. Marsha McKeeman. No, she is not a Presley. She has no connection with the Presley name. And even that, it's not completely true because Lisa Marie's last name is Presley. She left Elvis for the other men. She definitely did. He divorced her, and I've read that he divorced her because he found her being unfaithful. But remember, Elvis was unfaithful as well. But I know that Elvis couldn't accept her betrayals, and there was more than one, wasn't there? That should have been the last we saw of her. But the minute he died, she pushed herself into the media, which is true, you know. But again, trying to be unbiased. Obviously, there was the all of the business and the properties and the recording rights, and that suddenly you had. I think she was 9 years old when he died, Lisa Marie. So someone had to take the forefront there, didn't they? And I know that a lot of Elvis fans will say that, well, of course she did, because it was for monetary gain, it was for fame. But someone did have to step in and go, on behalf of Lisa Marie, I'm going to take control of this and manage the fortune, manage the future, manage Graceland. I know that Graceland being reopened wasn't just because of Priscilla. That's pretty obvious. But you did need a figurehead. And I think at the time, Priscilla being the figurehead to promote the new living museum that was going to be opened at Graceland was the right decision, because it was a massive success. And obviously she was extremely beautiful and very well known. And her promoting Graceland and inviting fans to visit Elvis's home was a good thing, was the right thing to do. It worked, and it's still working today. Now, we all know when it really comes to the crunch, Elvis is the best promoter ever, because it being Elvis's home, Elvis's music, his personality that was stamped on the world is why everything is so successful. But I do think Priscilla Presley being the front person really did work back then. Yeah. And now not so much. I think Priscilla has done a lot of damage. There's many interviews. People are unhappy with Priscilla. I think Priscilla has upset many fans. So I actually don't think she helps the legacy now. I think people now, this is my opinion, I think people now would rather not have Priscilla as the front person of the Graceland building, pushing Elvis's legacy. I really do think that. I think there's so many wranglings and legal wranglings and money problems and money arguments that people prefer Riley Keough now. They prefer Riley Keough, and then it obviously be the twins. But I know there's many of you Elvis fans that are also Priscilla fans that have the greatest admiration for Priscilla and really respect Priscilla and love Priscilla. And I have to sit on a fence and understand your points of view as well. I'm not just for Priscilla or for Elvis, but it's obvious I do lean towards Elvis. So there's Diane Ward. Heck no, she is not a Presley. Nancy, positively no, no way. H8L920. I never cared for Priscilla Bueller, even during her marriage to Elvis. I always thought she was more in love with herself than anyone else, including Elvis. Lisa Marie, perhaps the whole Presley family. She went a long way using the Presley name and made plenty of money off it. It is well past time she gave up and live out the remainder of her life quietly out of the spotlight. Her name should be Priscilla Bueller. That says it all. That literally sums up, I would say, 90% of the views of Elvis fans. Yeah. And, I understand that completely, the whole point of view. I totally get it. And do I think Elvis Presley wanted her to ever use the Presley name again? No, I don't. When they divorced, she went back again and again for more money. I personally think she got very greedy and really has never stopped. And this is part of the fact that there is a separation from her personality that we're seeing in interviews and the Elvis fans, because she says one thing, but her actions over the last 40 years, a lot of them have been good to promote Elvis, but there's also been many actions where she has made Elvis look bad and has been very greedy financially. And especially recently with Riley Keough, the way that as soon as Lisa Marie passed, Priscilla was in there straight away, money grabbing. This is wrong. This is so wrong. And she's such an elderly lady now, so I feel that she should know better, you know. So I know it's complicated, guys. Right, Rita Brugger. The way she is using the name, she is not worthy to use the Presley name, and Elvis did not want her to use the name. I believe that. Kay Morrison, absolutely 100% no. Nancy, I kept my married name because I had custody of my children. I also have been married for 25 years. Yes, but Priscilla Presley took back the Bulow name and had Navarone. So it's slightly different. Right, Jade S. Definitely not. It's against Elvis's wishes and he knows it's wrong. And here we go. Kirsten Ningelhard Peterson. Absolutely not. She is just a gold digger, and I hear that word every day in my comments or read it. Callista Fra. She is not a Presley and shouldn't be allowed to use his name. Definitely not be buried in Graceland. Family only. She's no longer family. Well, that isn't true, is it? Because Lisa Marie Presley is her daughter and Benjamin is her grandson. So you see, then we've got just the word no. Then we've got user UC1Y. No, definitely not. She's not a Presley anymore. And no, not buried near Elvis or anywhere in Graceland. I get it, but her daughter's there, her grandson's there. I keep saying the same thing. So Diane Shuloff, it was in the divorce papers, and I just spoke about this earlier. Yeah, I think it was, but I don't know it 100%. I'd have to see the papers myself. But yeah, she wasn't supposed to use his name. Nad Mori, at almost 80, it's rather pathetic to still use the name of the man she left for another one when she was 26. I agree. Answer to, right, Christ, it says here. Christ 1512. Answer to both questions is definitely no. So no to using the name, no to getting buried there. Right. Sol de Buster. Priscilla Presley's legal name is Presley. Well, yes, if she's had it legally changed, but I don't really see the point of that. Julia Dandry. Also, she says that she wants to be buried at Graceland. Doesn't she say he'd rather... Oh, that's not clear here. Also, she says that she wants to be buried at Graceland. He'd rather... Oh, I can't read that. Right. No way she has her maiden name. No way. Right. Okay. Susie Mitchell. Yes, keep it. Okay. Jean. Let's have a look. Julia. Right. Julianne Dry. And it says Richards. In my opinion, Priscilla should not use the Presley name due to the passing of her daughter, Lisa Marie. Up to that point, I felt she should. Okay. That's interesting. Nitro Glow. Well, Elvis, right, this is a longer message, this. Oh, no, this is just the Bob, just someone talking about Bob Joyce. I know there's people that think that Bob Joyce is Elvis. I don't want to upset any of you guys that also think this, but I'm sorry, no. I respect you. I respect why you believe it. I have done some research, and no, I'm sorry. But he does seem like a lovely guy. He's not Elvis. Elvis is dead. Sorry, guys. Right. Betty Bloomfield. She will always be the only wife and the mum of his daughter. I feel he would not like all the negativity around her. If she wants to be buried there and her granddaughter agrees, why not? She lived there since 1963 to 1971, and I think it's... and she says, I think it's a good video. Thank you, Betty Bloomfield. Thanks for saying it's a good video, but I'm sorry, guys. Living there from 63 to 71 doesn't cut it with me. You know, we're talking... He died in 77, so nearly 50 years ago, and she left him for another man. And then she should be buried there. The only thing I will give in on is that because Lisa Marie is buried there and Benjamin is buried there, that's my give. That's my I get you. Yes, she has the right to use Presley's last name. This is Barbara Hopes. Unfortunately, I don't agree with you. And then someone comments to her, Diane Shuloff says, Elvis said no at the divorce, and he did. He did. Right. Okay, I think that's it. So that, believe it or not, I don't know if I've read them all, because it says here 43 comments. Was that many? It didn't seem like I've read that many. So we're on 492 views now, 33 likes. Thanks, guys, for that. So that sort of covers it now. Please still put your comments down on your views on if she should be buried at Graceland or if she used the Presley name. It's pretty obvious as I'm going through the comments, you know how I feel. I also do feel very sorry for Priscilla, because she's lost her daughter, she's lost her grandchild, and she does get a lot of hate. I've been watching the more recent video clips on YouTube. Priscilla is still doing small interviews, and I know she was at the Comic-Con events where she was signing autographs for Dallas, etc. And I think she's gone on a tangent and is now doing publicity stuff that is away from Graceland and not representing Graceland. And a lot of the stuff she's doing now is trying to create a new form of income. I think when I see these little interviews, I will say this, and it's a tough thing to say, but when I watch Priscilla's interviews, I don't get the sense of a grieving mother, grieving Lisa Marie and her grandson. I find there's a disconnect there. Now, probably behind closed doors, she's probably like crying herself to sleep every night. But you watch her in interviews, she just seems so happy and jolly, and she seems to have really moved on with her life in business and in other promotional events. I find that tough to watch. I'm like, my God, if I lost my daughter, how I would feel, how it would affect me. I don't even think I could face a camera. Forget going to these signing events and a big smile on my face and having these where she does the personal events where you go and meet her. I don't think I could do it. And so soon after, tell me your views, guys. Do I come across cold and uncaring? Because I'm not. I have a good heart. So I try and see both points of view of how Elvis would perceive it, as well as how Priscilla feels now. Yeah. So I really like Riley Q, and I'm really hoping that she does the right thing with his legacy, and then passes. And then the twins, as they get older, they get involved because they seem really nice as well. And I know there's many complicated mixed issues with you guys with the new Priscilla film. Many of you are very upset with that, and I take that on board totally. So that's it, guys. I think I'm going to call it a day. And thanks for everything. Please put your comments on no matter what your views are, whether they're on Elvis' side or Priscilla's side or both sides. You can be blunt with me, be rude with me, say exactly how you feel. Yeah. And I will do my best to comment. I'm going to try and post a few videos today. I did one, just a trailer of It Happens at the World Fair. And then I also found some footage of Elvis at the World's Fair on-set filming. And it shows the clip with Kurt Russell kicking Elvis in the shin. I want to do some more if I can get some time. And I was thinking of posting all the trailers in small clips of all 33 movies, but just a shortened version of each one and then commenting on the trailers. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. I'm not sure if they're all available on YouTube. I'm going to see if they're on there. So thanks, guys. I think someone's just watching now. All the best to you. And from Southwest UK, I'd like to speak to you all very soon. Take care, guys. I'll give you a wave.